Former Davis High School teacher Brianne Altice is sentenced this afternoon for having sex with students. The 35-year-old was accused of having sex with 3 teens who were not her students when the relationships took place.
Fox 13's Ben Winslow was in the courtroom in Farmington for the hearing and joins us now in the newsroom. Ben.
Yeah, this sentencing wrapped up just a short time ago. Brianne Altice being sentenced to 2 consecutive terms of 1 to 15 years in prison. Altogether, she's looking at serving as much as 30 years in prison. Some very emotional statements from Brianne Altice as she says, "If I could, I would personally apologize to each individual that has been affected by this. I am sorry." She says that I take responsibility for what I've done, what I failed to do, but also talked a little bit about the circus, the media circus that surrounded this entire case, saying a lot of judgments have been made by minds that don't know me. One day you're loved, the next day you're a target. She also told the court, for me, this is real life. This is not just some news story. Now, at the sentencing, we also heard from the mother of one of the victims who laid the blame squarely on Brianne Altice, saying that as a teacher, she was in a position of authority, that she could have chosen to stop all of this. Prosecutors, in their statements to the judge, conceded that the teenage boys involved in this case may have been a little flirtatious, but again said that as the one in charge, as the teacher, Brianne Altice bore a lot of the responsibility, and that's really what the judge said when he handed down the sentence, telling Brianne Altice that he didn't believe that she had taken enough responsibility, that she had accepted any culpability for this, and pointed to her saying that you were the adult, you were the teacher in this situation, and that is why he sentenced her to these sentences, back-to-back sentences of 2 counts of forcible sex abuse, which she pled guilty to, sentencing her to 1 to 15-year terms, again stacking 2 of them, 2 out of the 3 charges, so ultimately she could serve up to 30 years in prison.
Ben, just to be clear, so are those sentences concurrent or are they consecutive?
No, they are consecutive. Now, she did plead. She was originally charged with first-degree felony rape and a number of other felony charges, but as a result of some rulings, including the judge in this situation not allowing these cases to be tried together and not allowing the juries, if these were to go to trial, to be heard together, that led to plea deal negotiations. She pled to a second-degree felony charge of forcible sex abuse. That statutorily carries 1 to 15 years. And the judge gave her what the statute calls for, 1 to 15 years in prison. She didn't want to go to prison. That's what she asked for, is not to be able to go to prison, but the judge disagreed and sentenced her to that. What he did do is 2 out of the 3 cases, they will stack up. They will run consecutively, meaning so she'll look at a minimum of 2 years, a maximum of 30 years. It's up to the parole board to decide how long she serves.
Okay, and that was going to be my next question, how soon she could be considered for parole.
At a minimum of 2 years behind bars, at least that's according to what the statute would call for. It is the parole board that ultimately makes this determination. Now, Judge Thomas Kay, in pronouncing sentence today, did order Brianne Altice to pay restitution. He also ordered her to undergo sex offender therapy. He did also, though, give her credit for the time served behind bars. She served about 6 months so far in jail.
All right, Fox 13's Ben Winslow, thank you.